When Rahu Dasha begins, then the real challenge begins. It happens that a man is always chasing his dreams of attaining fame, wealth, power, and when he attains all of this, the real test begins from that point, because the major mistake happens only when you are in a comfortable position. That is when your awareness is tested. Just a small mistake and your whole respectability comes crashing down. In Rahu Mahadasha, there is a high possibility of this happening. In this podcast, I will be sharing with you all what remedies, what gemstones can help you during this Rahu Mahadasha. Make a point to listen to this podcast till the end. Who knows, it can help you. So let's begin. Rahu Mahadasha becomes a period of hell and suffering when you become too much self-centered. So the very first lesson that you should learn as soon as possible is to become less selfish. Yesterday Mohan came and said, "My girlfriend has started chanting the name of Rahu. Every morning and every night she continues to chant the name of Rahu. She is a Rahu Bhakt." Now in this human world, there are all kind of bhakts, that is devotees. Devotees who worship God as well as devotees who worship the devil. Whosoever you worship, always remember, you imbibe the qualities of the deity that you worship. If you start worshipping Rahu, as Mohan's girlfriend is doing, you will start becoming more and more Rahuish. I said to Mohan, looks like you have to get ready for another breakup. Mohan said, I love her and she also loves me. But love has no place in the kingdom of Rahu. Only lust, only greed, only politics, only manipulations, only cheating, only backstabbing has place in the kingdom of Rahu. And by reciting Rahu's mantra, Mohan's girlfriend had entered into the kingdom of Rahu. Soon she was going to change. Soon she was going to become more desirous, more sexual, more greedy, more restless. And one day she was going to dump Mohan, leaving him with absolutely no clue. Mohan denied to accept this prediction, but he will when it will happen. As soon as Rahu Mahadasha begins, people start chanting the mantra of Rahu. It is like as soon as you enter the valleys of Kashmir, you start chanting the name of terrorist. What is going to happen? The terrorist will come and cause more damage to you than otherwise. But who wants to listen? As soon as you come to know that Rahu is the cause of your misery, you start wearing gomed or garnet, which is Rahu's gemstone. And you start wearing it without even using your common sense. So many men and women have made their life a hell by wearing gomed gemstone. Wearing a gomed gemstone is empowering Rahu in your chart. By empowering Rahu, you are inviting more troubles in your life. But Who wants to listen? Who should wear Rahu's gemstone? Only those who have absolutely nothing to do with spirituality. Only those whose whole purpose of life is to earn money by whatever means they can. Only those power-hungry politicians who are willing to do anything under the sky to grab the seat of power. Only those who cut the throats of others without hesitating, like the criminals. So you see, Rahu's gemstone is for a specific category of people, a category which has absolutely no morals, no ethics, no principles. Their whole purpose of life is to eat, drink, sleep, and have lots of sex. That's all. In Indian context, this kind of people fall in the category of asuras. And interestingly, Rahu was also an asura. The most interesting part of such Rahuish men and women is that they never miss to visit a temple or a church or a mosque. In fact, maximum crowd that you see in temples consists of Rahuish men and women. Because one who truly loves God, he or she doesn't have to visit any temple or church. Majority of people who visit temples are hypocrites. And in this group of hypocrites, a large chunk of people belong to this Rahu category. In fact, never consider a person as a holy person just because he or she visits a temple. You should remember that along with many good people, even the most worst corrupted Rahuish people, looters, murderers, gamblers, cheaters, they also visit temples. And so never judge a person based on how many times he or she visits a place of worship. Because in a temple, all kind of people come, from criminals and psychopaths to saints. A real genuine person will never go on any pilgrimage because he is perfectly aware that God is always around him. So why should he go on pilgrimage to find God? That makes no sense. Saint Kabir says, I laugh when I hear that the fish in the water is thirsty. I laugh when I hear that people go on pilgrimage to find God. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to go to the Himalayas to experience God, because God is not on the outside. God dwells in your heart. Saint Kabir, one of the greatest saints that the world had ever known, says, I felt in need of a great pilgrimage, so I sat still for 3 days and God came to meet me. My fellows, it is possible. For an evolved soul, for a meditative soul, it is very much possible. Through deep meditation, he is able to still the mind, and to a mind that is still, the whole universe is available. What to say about God? Only when the mind is still, not expecting or grasping or resisting a single thing, is it possible to see what is true. It is the truth that liberates, not your effort to be free. Rahu targets your mind. Rahu ensures that your mind continues to waver. Because it is only your willpower, your persistence, your efforts, and your Guru's blessings that enables you to still the wavering mind. How to still the wavering mind? That must be your next question. And the answer is simple. By chanting the holy mantra. Gemstones are tools that slowly bring change in your body. If this change is positive, provided you select a suitable gemstone, then this positive change simply boosts your capability to perform better in whatsoever you do. Then be it meditation, be it in a relationship, be it your career, but this is how the whole essence of the matter is. After a few months, Mohan came on a hot afternoon and said, "You were right. Today we had a breakup and she left me forever. But I was okay because you had already warned me, and so I was mentally prepared. But now I have come to you with a different question. I would want to know who should wear Rahu's gemstone and what to do when Rahu Mahadasha begins." With time, Mohan was evolving, and I was happy to see him mature as a person. Looking at Mohan, I said, "You first have a glass of lemon juice, then I will answer your question." After taking 2 sips of lemon juice, Mohan looked fresh. I said to Mohan, "Now that you are fresh, I will answer. I will share with you that which nobody has shared so openly, so compassionately. Rahu is worldly by nature. All that happens on the outside is what interests Rahu. And that is how Rahuish men and women are. Always focused on the outside, always focused on others, always comparing themselves with others. And all of this lead to jealousy, greed, lust, and most important, ignorance. Wearing Rahu's gemstone or by chanting Rahu's mantra, you become more and more Rahuish. Look what happened with your ex-girlfriend. The Rahu energy grew within her, and then she started cheating on you. You were not even aware that on your back she was dating a new guy until you finally came to know, and this breakup happened. Rahu gemstone ideally is for Rahuish men and women. In other words, for worldly men and women who are behind fame, wealth, and power. Now, in the count of 100, almost 99% people are behind fame, money, power. So, does it mean that all Rahuish men and women can wear gomed, the gemstone garnet? The answer is no. Only those Rahuish men and Rahuish women can wear gomed whose Rahu is in the nakshatra of Swati and placed in 3rd, 6th, 2nd and 7th house. Only those men and women can wear gomed whose Rahu is placed in the nakshatra of Adra and is in the house 3rd, 6th, 2nd or 7th. Only those men and women can wear gomed whose Rahu is placed in Shatabisha nakshatra and Rahu is in 3rd, 6th, 2nd and 7th house. Mohan asked, "What gemstone to wear when Rahu Mahadasha begins?" I said, "The answer to your question will vary from person to person because every person is unique. However, one thing is certain, that one must never wear a gomed gemstone during Rahu Mahadasha. Only 5 gemstones can be used during Rahu Mahadasha. Which are those 5 gemstones that one can wear during Rahu Mahadasha? The 5 gemstones are yellow sapphire, yellow topaz, Suleimani hakik, which is also called black onyx, natural pearl and ruby gemstone." Mohan said, "Why these 5 gemstones are useful during Rahu Mahadasha?" And the answer is simple. I said, Rahu is the darkness caused by ignorance. From where does this ignorance come? It comes from your intense desires for pleasures, sex, money, power. It is natural that the more desirous you become, the more you stop caring about others' feelings. You become more and more selfish. You indulge in low level karma. So all this can be prevented by wearing the beautiful, highly expensive gemstone of yellow sapphire. The stone that brings awareness to your being. In Hindi or in Indian context, we address it as Vivek. As long as Vivek is within your being, Rahu cannot cause harm to you, cannot push you into the deep valleys of pleasures. Mohan said, then why yellow topaz? How does yellow topaz help? Yellow topaz is a less expensive stone. A 5 carat yellow topaz can cost 5,000 rupees, but a 5 carat yellow sapphire can cost close to 95,000 rupees. So you see, everybody cannot afford yellow sapphire, but everybody can afford yellow topaz. And the topaz is a beautiful, effective gemstone that brings much optimism during the frustrating period of Rahu Mahadasha. It is a stone that prevents you from indulging in suicidal thoughts. It is a stone that helps you realize your value. It boosts your self-esteem, which is necessary when going through the dark period of Rahu Mahadasha. Many times people earn loads of money during Rahu Mahadasha. But whenever a human being attains the peak of his or her career, then there is a very strong possibility that such a person may fall from grace. Because in the illusion of I am somebody, the person commits many sins which later come to haunt him. And if Rahu Mahadasha is going on and the person is at the peak of his career, then he should be very cautious, because Rahu can drive him crazy, make him blind, meaning ignorant. And so such stones become a great asset and should be worn without any doubt. Mohan said, what about black onyx, that is Sulaimani Hakik? What is the benefit of wearing it? I said, Mohan, in this human world there is more hatred, more jealousy, more anger, and people go on casting black magic spells on each other. This is a messy world, my fellow. And when one is running through Rahu Mahadasha, then definitely the effect of black magic is more seen. Because for black magic to materialize, Rahu Dasha is the best time. And so whosoever has cast black magic, his or her spell start working on the target victim when the victim is running through Rahu Mahadasha. And so whosoever have cast black magic, his or her spell start working on the victim when the victim is running through Rahu Mahadasha. And so to safeguard people from becoming a victim of black magic, especially those who are going through Rahu Mahadasha, this miraculous stone of heavens, that is Sulaimani Hakik, black onyx, is of great help, my fellow. So based on the native's horoscope and the intensity of black magic spell cast on him or her, this stone weight is suggested. But for that, a proper study of the horoscope is necessary. Why one should wear ruby gemstone during Rahu Mahadasha? Asked Mohan. Ruby is sun, and sun is very lovable. Sun is the light of consciousness. Rahu is the darkness. God made the world, and from that very day, the sun went running after darkness. And darkness could not understand. It has not harmed the sun. It has not even talked with the sun. It has not even met the sun. Yet the sun is continuously harassing her. After millions of years of harassment, she finally got tired and went to God and said, "It is ungrateful to complain, but there is a limit to everything. I have been harassed for millions of years, and I cannot conceive of any fault on my part. The sun goes on expelling me from everywhere. It is even difficult to take a rest without anxiety. The sun may be coming, the sunrise may be close. I have not slept for millions of years. The anguish would not allow me. The sun has been almost a continuous torture, and without any reason. I simply want to know, what have I done wrong? God said, you should have come earlier. There was no need to wait so long. This is very ungentlemanly on the part of the sun. The sun should be called immediately. The sun was called. He asked the messenger, what is the problem? Because I have never done anything wrong. I simply go on doing the same routine every day. Since God made me, I have not done anything else. But the messenger said, God is very angry. You have been harassing a poor woman, the darkness. Her name is darkness. Sun said, my God, I have never heard of her. I have never met her. I am not interested in women at all. I am a born celibate. I am coming. I want to see who this woman is. And as the sun came to the house of God, darkness disappeared. God said, where has that woman gone? They searched everywhere. Darkness was not found. Millions of years passed again, and one day the woman appeared, and she said, you have not done anything. It is still continuing, the same torture. God said, you are strange. When the sun was here, where did you go? She said, you are behaving like a simpleton. If the sun is here, I cannot be here. If I am here, the sun cannot be here. We cannot stand each other. You will have to hear our story separately and then decide. God said, that is not my way. You both have to be present here and itself, so I can be certain that nobody is lying. The woman said, then it is better I take my complaint back. Since then, my fellows, the woman has not appeared again. Once in a while the sun comes to inquire, what happened to the woman? Because I want to clear it up. It has become a worry on my head that somebody is being hurt by me, perhaps unknowingly. God said, you need not be worried. The problem is such that it cannot be solved. I cannot give any decision unless you are both present in my court together. And I have listened to both sides in the presence of each other. But by the very nature of things, you cannot both be present. The woman is your absence. So of course, you cannot be present and absent simultaneously. Drop your worry. You are doing perfectly fine, and that woman is not going to report against you again. The file in your case is closed. And that is the whole essence, my fellows. When sun is present, the darkness, the woman, Rahu, cannot be present. And so when you wear a ruby and worship the sun god, then Rahu cannot harm you during Rahu Mahadasha. That is how ruby is a gemstone of great significance. But to come to a conclusion, the horoscope should be observed closely. Remember, judging is ugly, observation is beautiful. Observation without evaluation is the sign of real intelligence, says Jiddu Krishnamurti. After a while, Mohan asked, how can a moti, a real pearl, help during Rahu Mahadasha? Real pearl is very expensive, but it is worth it. During Rahu Mahadasha, certain individuals go through many frustrations and depressions. Depression comes, frustration comes when you start expecting more. This state of being depressed impacts the mind, and the mind starts sinking downwards. To prevent this sinking, the support of moti, real pearl, is required. When mind is strong, you can face the most difficult situations of life with ease. And remember, Rahu is the north node of the moon, and so it is necessary that the moon, that is the mind, remains strong while you sail through the many shocks and upheavals that Rahu Mahadasha brings along. Mohan gave me a warm hug and thanked me. I said, "It is time for you to go back home. Your sister must be waiting for you, and I know she loves you a lot. She will not have her dinner until she finds you back on her dining table. So go, my fellow, and remember to come back whenever you have time. My doors are always open for you." With tears of joy, Mohan left. But you all must remember that along with wearing gemstones, you also should chant specific mantras during Rahu Mahadasha. What are those mantras? The mantras are very simple. Mantras should be simple because God is simple, love is simple, and truth is also simple. The first mantra is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. The second mantra is Om Namah Shivaya. The third mantra is Om Ram Krishna Hari. The fourth mantra is Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. The fifth mantra is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namaha. And the sixth mantra is Ram Krishna Hari. My fellows, by reciting any one of these 6 mantras consistently for 20 minutes morning and evening using a japamala, preferably a spatika mala, you can slowly overcome the many issues that Rahu Mahadasha creates. But who wants to listen? People want all kind of fancy solutions. They forget the fact that the most effective solutions are not fancy, not complex, but utterly simple, very simple. Along with the suggested 6 gemstones that can help you overcome the Rahu Mahadasha period, there are also certain semi-precious gemstones that can help. The first is opal. Whether it is black opal, blue opal, white opal, doesn't matter. But opal is one of those 6 semi-precious stones that you can definitely wear during Rahu Mahadasha. The second semi-precious stone is aquamarine. It's a beautiful blue stone. The third stone is moonstone. The fourth stone is peridot. The fifth stone is green aventurine. And the sixth gemstone is green jade. The reason I have suggested you all with these 6 semi-precious stones is because they are affordable and because these all are healing gemstones that can cool your body down and improve your spirit and help you keep going during this Rahu Mahadasha. During Rahu Mahadasha, always follow a simple diet. Eat veg or non-veg, but ensure that it is not spicy. If possible, eat the way the Westerners eat without applying much of the masala. Avoid eating outside street food. Rahu loves street food. Whenever you meet a person who loves to eat street food, he or she is a Rahuish person. Rahu never is worried about hygiene. All he wants is good taste. He forgets the fact that good tasty food can also cause food poisoning. Just the way a good looking woman can cause much pain, that you later realize that you just fell for the looks and forgot to check if the woman is hygienic. Rahu always makes you fall for appearances, my fellows, and appearances are always misleading. Be aware not to fall for looks and words. Instead, focus on finding what lies beneath. Rahu or Shani, one who worships Lord Hanuman, always is saved from the tight clutches of Rahu. Always remember, there are only two clutches that you all should be aware of. Clutches of Rahu and clutches of girlfriend. Both can become toxic and both are always demanding. Always remember, true love is never demanding, my fellows. True love is never demanding. True love never demands perfection. Never. It is an irony that even if you find a lover, you will demand perfection, and the love is destroyed because of that demand. It happens that you may fall in love with someone, that is fine. To love someone is not a crime, but the crime happens when you start expecting that the other person also loves you back. Always remember, my fellows, you have the right to love, but you don't have the right to demand anything. You have no right to demand anything from anybody. If somebody loves you, be thankful, but don't demand anything, because the other has no obligation to love you. Always remember this. The other has no obligation to love you. When you love, you simply love. Then it doesn't matter if the other person loves you back. What matters is that you are in love. And love in itself is such a beautiful heavenly feeling that love is enough unto itself. It is only love that can heal you, my fellows. It is only love that can heal you. Love is the most healing force in the world. Nothing goes deeper than love. It heals not only the body, not only the mind, but also the soul. Love to all my readers and my followers and listeners. Remember to meditate every day. And when you meditate, meditate by reciting the holy mantra. A mantra should be soothing, only then it can help you and those who come in contact with you. Always remember, love is the bridge between you and everything. So always walk on the path of love, for that is the chosen path of Buddha. That is the chosen path of Krishna, of Mahavira, of Jesus. The path of love, Bhakti Marg, devotional path. What is devotion? Devotion is unconditional love overflowing. Then it doesn't matter who is present, it will continue to flow to tables, to chairs, to everything it comes in contact with. It has a great transformative healing power, and only those can experience it who have become the followers of their heart. Because God dwells in your heart, and the heart is always right, my fellows, always. Listen to the voice that speaks without uttering a single word, for that voice is your guide, that voice is your God, that voice is the light of your consciousness. Breathe and love. What else is there to this journey called life? And when you are on the greatest journey of life, never care about destinations. Shallow people always think about results and destinations. You are not shallow. You have to rise. You have to be like Arjuna. You have to listen to the words of Madhav. Madhav says, Arjuna, don't worry about results. Just shoot. Just follow my words and you will be alright. And so you will be alright. All you have to do is to follow the Master. And you will be able to follow the Master only when you are able to surrender at His feet. Surrender is the key word, my fellows. One who is able to live his life by surrendering himself at the feet of the Master always is able to overcome all the difficulties of life. Only when you surrender at the feet of the Master that the wheels of your life will start moving in the right direction. And then they will never stop, they will continue. That is the whole power, the grace of the Master. And that is the beauty of living your life in surrender. Always remember, the journey never stops. Life never stops. Because you exist in time, but you belong to eternity. So there is absolutely no need to worry, no need to fear rahudosha. If you are walking with faith, then you will reach and you will also enjoy this wonderful journey called life. Jai Sri Ganesha. Jai Guru.